Right here, we're going to talk about all the games that happened last night. The first game we're going to start with is the Minnesota Timberwolves taking care of the defeated Brooklyn Nets. Yes, the Brooklyn Nets still have not won a game. They are 0-7, and they lost again last night to the Minnesota Timberwolves by a score of 125-109. In this game, the Minnesota Timberwolves did not have Anthony Edwards, but Jaden McDaniels had 22 points. Julius Randle had a triple-double, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Rudy Gobert, 15 points, 12 rebounds, and Dante DiVincenzo led the team in scoring with 25 points. Also, Naz Reid with 21 off the bench. As for the Nets, no Michael Porter Jr., but Cam Thomas had 25 points, albeit he shot 10 for 24. Anything that you guys would like to touch on in this game?
Rudy looked great around the rim yesterday. Rudy looked really good around the rim yesterday. And I think that's the thing that most people were complaining about the most, but he looked really good around the rim. And Julius Randle is basically picking up where he left off last year as a playmaker. He is getting a lot of people involved in the offense. His offense looks like it's coming to him as the game flows. He's not forcing anything. He had a shot in the paint where if he got two guys on you, more times than not, he would shoot it and then he would lag back on defense. Instead, he ended up dropping the ball to Rudy and then ran back on defense. That's an effort thing with Julius Randle that I noticed has changed from him. So I like what I saw from Minnesota last night. I liked it a lot.
Julius possibly having like the best year of his career right now.
To be honest with you, Penn, I don't think that's crazy to say. I think he's going to be an all-star this year. I do. I think he's going to make the all-star team.
He's been two-time All-NBA. If this is the best he's ever played, like he's turning the ball over a lot less, like how he's picking and choosing his spots, the playmaking that you mentioned right there, right? And the fact that he's done this without Ant in so many games.
Yeah.
Like hey man, when you pay a guy, you never know how a dude reacts to getting paid. You never know, right? Sometimes they go the Chandler Parsons route. So this is pretty impressive shit from him so far.
I also think that he's in a space where that's probably his last big deal. But, I mean, I might be able to get something on the back end because I think this contract ends in 2 years. He's going to be like 35 or something like that.
No, he's going to be 33.
33? Okay. So, I mean, then he may be able to get another contract if he continues to play like this.
For sure.
Yeah, he may be able to get another contract playing like this. I like what I'm seeing from Julius Randle, to be honest with you. I think he's going to make the All-Star team this year. I would not be surprised if he did.
All right, well, the Wolves are now 4-3. They got a win last night. The next game is the Bucks and the Pacers. The Bucks are now 5-2 with their win over the Pacers. They won by a score of 117-115. Giannis Antetokounmpo hit a game winner. Giannis also had 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. Pascal Siakam on the other end for the Pacers had 32 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. He looked very good. And also, I want to shout out for the Pacers, Isaiah Jackson. He had 21 points and 10 rebounds. But the Pacers are now 1-6.
I do like this kid Jackson. He's a dirty work guy that's skilled, and I really dig guys like that do the other stuff, but I can also go to you for a bucket too, and he'll also compete. But the guy that I want to talk about with this Indiana team, this kid Jarris Walker can play, man. I got to start. I wasn't that big a fan of Indiana. But the fact that now that they have been depleted in their roster, like a lot of these guys that wouldn't play are getting a lot more run. And this kid, Jarris Walker, can play. He definitely can play. I like his game.
All right, fellas, the next game we got is the Utah Jazz in Boston playing against the Celtics. And the Jazz also hit a game winner. Not really in Giannis Antetokounmpo fashion, but Yusuf Nurkic, of all people, got a game-winning putback to seal the Jazz's win against the Celtics by a score of 105-103. The Jazz are now 3-4. The Celtics are 3-5. And as for the game, Lauri Markkanen had his nightly 20. Didn't have the best game, but he had 20 points. Keyonte George had a big game for the Utah Jazz. 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And on the other end for the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown got busy and had 36 points. Anything on this game, fellas? But Jaylen Brown was 0 for 9 from the three-point line.
That foul that wasn't called is ridiculous.
That definitely was a foul. I'm gonna say this, Miles, about Keyonte George. I've sat down at the table and I'm listening. I'm sitting at the table and I'll hear you out now. Because before I was just standing at the door like this, waiting for you to finish so I can just leave. I'll sit down at the table now and I'll listen to you about Keyonte George because I don't hate what I'm seeing. With the Jazz, on the other hand, Penn, when you have a team that if you don't do something great, you're in trouble because they don't have anything to supplement them. So like when they're bad, they're awful. Like so when they're not making shots, they can't defend, right? They don't get in the passing lane. But when they are making shots, that kind of supplements that. But their offense can be so bad sometimes. And I think that with this team in particular, Boston had no business losing to them dudes last night. None whatsoever.
Sometimes you just need the ball, chill. Like, and there's only one ball in the NBA court, and sometimes you need guys to go out with injuries, or you need to be on these like talent-deprived teams that need playmaking to get the ball. Look at what's happening with Quentin Jackson in Indiana. Speaking of point guards who've put up performances greater than anything Ja has done this year, Quentin Jackson against Golden State was insane. Like that was mega. That's a huge reason why they won that game. His play this season has been incredible. So I think Keyonte George is having a similar boost. You know, Keyonte George, Bryce Sensabaugh. There's a lot of free opportunity in Utah, and you know Will Hardy's got this team playing hard. And I think when you have teams like Washington, Keyshawn George, you know, initiating a ton of possessions.
Keyshawn George has been playing really good, really damn good.
He's been playing great. You know, you have all these teams that maybe aren't super serious basketball teams in terms of contention, but they have a lot of young talent. You know, Brooklyn Nets. I don't know how I feel about the Brooklyn Nets right now, but you know,
they're not a real serious team. They need to
play hard, but that's the only thing I care about when you're a young team and you know you got all this free opportunities. Just go out and play hard, and once in a while you're gonna win a game like this, right? But respectfully to the Jazz, I do not think they should have won last night.
No, they had no business beating Boston last night. And like I said to you guys yesterday, that I felt like Joel Embiid is in the way of what's going on. Nurkic is in the way. When I watch, he is 100% just in the way, and not in a good way neither. Like he's just in the way of what they're trying to do. Keyonte George gets downhill, gets to the rim, which, by the way, when they're not making shots, they don't offensive rebound. And when they do try to offensive rebound, they are terrible getting back in transition, which would explain why teams get buckets like they do on them. And they fall 12, 15 points in the hole because their transition defense is awful. When we get in the half court, our action actually is pretty good if Nurkic would give me some more energy. If Nurkic would actually face a guy up and bust him and take him to the basket and give me something good. That's not going on with him. I feel like a lot of the stuff that he's doing on offense has been a detriment to them. He will get on the glass from time to time. That's always been his thing, even when he was in Portland. He will get on the glass, but offensively, I feel like he's in the way.
I don't know if he's in the way, but
shout out to All NBA Derek White. I just want to do that once again. Shout out to him. Looking like a real All NBA player.
All right, fellas. The next game we're gonna roll to is the Washington Wizards traveling up to New York and playing the New York Knicks. And the Knicks, well, it was a close game in the first half. And I actually was impressed by the Washington Wizards. And then the second half rolled around, and in that third quarter, the Knicks really just pulled their belts out and was like, y'all some kids, we adults, and they just took care of them boys. The final score was 119-102. The Knicks took care of business. The Knicks are now 4-3, and the Wizards are now 1-6. In this game, what's up?
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry. Keep going. I apologize. My fault.
In this game, I mean, the Wizards had 5 players that scored in double digits. Alex Sarr had 19 points, 8 rebounds. Keyshawn George had 15 points. Bilal Coulibaly had 15. Corey Kispert off the bench had 15. Trey Johnson had 15. It just wasn't quite enough. And specifically, Jalen Brunson didn't really have all that great of a game. He had 16 points, 9 assists, but he did it on 17 shots. He was just 6 for 17 from the field. But Karl Anthony Towns was really the difference maker in this game. He had 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and he really just had his way against Alex Sarr and the Wizards. Thoughts, fellas?
Chill. That dunk that he had on him, that dunk where he put on him in the first half. I mean, I think that was just like a welcome to the league little boy kind of thing. You know, like he couldn't do anything with him. When Cat goes into the post like that and he starts playing bully ball, there aren't a lot of players who can stop him.
Yeah, aren't a lot. It's just the only person that can stop him is Jalen Brunson. But
no, the only person who can stop him is himself.
Nah, when Jalen Brunson start going 20 step back snap, that shit's
Nah,
tough.
fuck that. I'm not blaming Jalen Brunson for Cat for getting his game time like 85 times a year. Okay, like there's so many times where he'll have this abysmal performance, so he just stand on the perimeter and just happily, reluctantly take these shots, and he don't look for any contact, and he's not communicating on defense. But then there's these games where something happens with him, you know, it's just like a click goes off in his head, and he's like, wait, I'm 7 feet tall, I'm 270 pounds, and I can do whatever the hell I want on the court, and I'm one of the best players in the world, and he just goes crazy. So it was nice to see that kind of game.
We need. I'm gonna agree with Ox on you. I'm gonna quote Ox. Coaches got to coach. We got to coach that shit up. Hey, Cat, stop shooting that bullshit ass 3. You didn't shot 4. Let's take 4 trips down to that big ass box right there. Go right there, Cat. Go park it right there.
No, you can take threes, just don't settle for threes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
Those two
just
things ain't the
score,
same
you
thing,
miss.
man. Those
Go
two things
park
are not
that
the
thing
same.
He's the
4
best.
times right there. Boom.
According to him, he's the best shooting big ever.
He probably is, but at the
and
same time,
he probably
park
is
that thing
close.
right there. Park that dump truck right there on that right block. Hey, clear that corner out. Cat, you are him. Do what you do. Can't nobody stop you right there. But instead, we want to run this complicated ass pick and roll ghost screen action that Mike Brown want to teach people on, and then they come on and just throw the ball to Cat. And he said, "This is amazing because the defender has to choose. I don't gotta choose shit. You pass the ball to Cat, he shoot a 3. Yay! No, I want back screen."
But Jordan, here's the problem, though. The problem with Jordan, the problem with that is to play devil's advocate. Well, you're taking away from my game, right? I'm not just a box player. That's not my game. I want to expand my game.
About 3 years ago, and me in this, and with the kids, this was that favorite quote. I don't know where they got this shit from. When coaches used to try to coach them, let me play my game. Let me play my game. They used to always say that shit. Let me play my game. Motherfucker, your game suck. I'm trying to put you in position to where you can play the game, the basketball game, where we can win. Not let me play my game. Let me play my game. They used to say that shit to drive me nuts.
This feels like a shot at Julian Newman.
But also though, too,
Julian Newman is trash. Come on,
that opens up your game by Cat playing inside, by Cat doing the big man things. Like you can get a 3 on any possession. Like literally, the easiest thing to do is shoot a 3-pointer. Yeah. It is not hard to shoot a 3-pointer. It's actually the easiest shot that you can get. To go out there, float on the 3-point line and chuck it up, you can get that shot whenever you want. But in order to get a tougher shot, a more difficult shot, but the easiest shot, you got to work for it. Just like in life. The higher the higher the quality something is, hey, the better the chick, more than likely the more work you're gonna have to put in. The better the car, more than likely the more you have to spend for it. The better the quality of basketball or the better the quality of the shot, more than likely you're going to have to work harder for it, but it's all worth it, Cat. You see, the way he was bullying them boys last night.
Every time.
We need that every night from Cat.
Every night. Ron, I agree with you on every point of them except for one of them, man. Sometimes, but these ugly chicks been asking for too much. Like, come on now, you ain't that bad now, girl. The pretty ones, they sit still and be quiet and, talk to their friends. These motherfuckers with all these big-ass lashes and shit. That shit be killing me. They be asking too much. Your lash is too big. I can't give it to you.
And
but
for the record,
Jordan, block
for sure.
Big
ass lash. I ain't got time for that.
For the record, Ron, you could get your ass kicked and still play good. And I thought that Alex Sarr, I thought he played good last night. He just got roughed up, right? He got roughed up by a vet, a guy who was bigger than him, a guy who was bigger than him, a guy who was more skilled than him. I actually liked Alex. I actually liked Alex Sarr around the rim. I actually liked Alex Sarr on the glass last night. I did. And I don't think that I don't think that with Cat roughing him up last night, I don't think that took that much away from his game. Like I think he's getting better, and I really like what I'm seeing from him. He just got roughed up by a better player last night. He did play good though.
All right, the next game I got for you guys is the Dallas Mavericks playing in Houston against the Rockets, and the Rockets took care of business, 110-102. The Rockets pulled away late, and the Rockets are now 4-2. The Mavericks have fallen to 2-5. There may be some worry going on in Dallas in light of them not having their 2 best players. So we'll see if Dallas can get it together. But as of last night, shout out to PJ Washington for Dallas. PJ, 29 points, 12 rebounds. D'Angelo Russell also off the bench. He had 10 points, 12 assists, so he had a double-double. The Mavericks starting lineup last night was Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. So Max Christie did enter the starting lineup, and Klay hasn't really been looking that good. In 18 minutes, he was 1 for 8 from 3, only finished with 5 points. So do with that what you will. For the Houston Rockets, Kevin Durant, he had a light 21 points, but
Got
that
busy
wasn't
before.
the story of the night for the Rockets. Şengün, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. They don't call him Baby Joker for no reason. 10 to 20 from the field. And then you got Amin Thompson. Give the kid the ball, Ox. 27 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists.